Hello everyone, I am the Architect, and welcome to Worlds Adrift. This is going to be the start of a little mini-series for this game, as it's still a very early access, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to really get out of this right now, but this game is a dream come true for me. Now, you may have caught an original stream that I did of this game, but I'm going to be jumping back a little bit here for this video, and showing off some of the intros and basics. This game will also, of course, be continued on stream, starting pretty much immediately. So if you'd like to catch more of this, please come on over to twitch.tv/thearchitectgaming, and I will, of course, be uploading to YouTube as well. Not going to show you the character creator, it's pretty basic, but here's my character, and let's get going. And here we are in Worlds Adrift. This is your respawn chamber. Whenever you die, you'll have the option to respawn at a personal respawner, a random respawn chamber, or your last or the closest respawn chamber. This is going to be just one that I'm starting out in. And as you can see, we have a few things down on the hotbar. Option number one is the salvage mode, which we'll get to that in a minute. Think of it like your pickaxe for most games. Then you have the repair mode. This is used to repair anything that you create, and it can also be used to repair other people's creations if you're working as a team. Lift mode. This is used when building things. You're going to need it to be able to pick up large objects. And then scanner mode. Scanner mode is used to scan your environment. This is primarily an exploration game. There's no real hardcore survival elements. All you have is a health bar. So you're not foraging for food or any kind of resources in that sense, and there's no standard day-night cycle. All you really need is a little bit of food to keep your health up, because you will take damage either through combat with the enemy, which you can see 5, I have a handgun, or through your own stupidity, which you will see me hurt myself many times, more than likely immediately. Let's jump right into it now. This game has two core principles. One is building airships, which we will get to shortly. Second is the grappling hook. As you can see, I have a little reticle in the middle here. This little reticle allows me to aim and point at different surfaces. Whenever it's a single dot, that means I can't attach to something, but when it's a dot in a circle, it means I can. I've now used my grappling hook to attach this wall, and you can see some more options have popped up. Shift and Control. Shift and Control allow me to reel in and out. Now, the thing that makes this game really special is that it is physics-based. So if I grab this, you can see I can swing around. This rope has physics, and the entire game is a physics-based exploration game. Let's just swing over to here, and back, and up, and let go. And let's step out into the world. You're going to notice some slowdown. That's not a result of my computer not being able to handle the game, but more a result of the game not being able to handle itself. This game is in very early access, and so far doesn't have the best optimization in the world. So you're gonna get some chugging, especially when things reset or new islands and environments load. The core premise behind this game is that the world is made up of a series of floating islands, which are all user-created, and if you'd like to contribute to the islands, there is a island creator tool, which is free to download, and it'll allow you to mess around with the grappling hook system as well, which is kind of fun. So here's an example of the physics-based system I'm talking about. Ooh, and there's that slowdown. There's the slowdown. Oh, careful. Careful, careful. Ooh. Ooh. And that's what I'm talking about. You will hurt yourself quite a lot. There is fall damage. It's pretty lenient, luckily. But it's not just fall damage, it's impact damage. So if you swing too hard, you will smash yourself into something, and it will hurt a lot. Now, all the islands are user created, so that means that they have to have some sort of balancing system. Users are not able to place special chests and containers. Instead, they spawn naturally in the world. So for example, this has chosen to spawn here, and it contains a piece of lore written by a member of the community that you can collect, and some bullets, which I will go ahead and happily take. Take some extra, why not? The airships in this game are more fantasy magic airships as opposed to blimp-style airships, dirigibles, or anything like that. However, there's really no limit to what you can design, so if you are creative enough, you could probably make one of these look kind of like a dirigible one, which I very much plan to do. Oh crap. Oh crap. Good work, me. And now I'm stuck in the trees. Should you find that you are like myself and terrible at the grappling system, you can hit Q to enter a climb mode. This is slower, but you can't fall. These giant golden chests are special and only spawn one per island. Once they're emptied, they erase themselves from existence. However, they also will trigger the island respawn, which you'll notice whenever that happens. In this, we've got some clothes, a campfire, and some more lore. Now, these chests tend to hold a lot more than this. This honestly was not a very good drop for this chest. So I'm going to go ahead and take these things, and we'll just see what they look like. Let's just do that. And there goes the chest. Go to your character and you can change what you're wearing. I really like the backpack. However, I get to keep that regardless. So we're just going to destroy this. If you're sure you don't want something, you can just destroy it. And same with these campfires. You need them for cooking, but I don't really have any meat or anything to cook. Another part of the physics simulation for this game is mining. This is a mineable resource node. To mine it, you simply break it apart. You have to break away this outer shell and you'll reveal a core that has different materials in it. In this case, it's bronze. Hitting them with your mining tool will allow you to harvest them. You can also just mine the core for a few hits and it will explode, dropping all the resources on the ground for you to grab and pick up individually. This, which not all of them contain, is an Atlas shard. Atlas shards, which you can see I've already got a bunch of, aren't especially rare, but you need them to build your airship components. Basically anything that makes your ship fly requires an Atlas shard. You can do that same kind of mining operation to a tree as well. Trees are different materials, so you're going to want to take in mind what you're getting from them. Breaking them apart like this will cause them to fall down the hill, so be careful. In this case, we're getting a nice, good lot of oak. You'll notice I'm also getting berries from this. This is how you get berries. Berries are one of the easiest foods to acquire, and you will have hundreds of berries. Now you might be asking, what is this belt line down here? This is your inventory. Whenever you die, you lose everything above the belt line. However, you get to keep whatever's down here. So put your most important gear down here. Your gun, some ammo, any fuel that you acquire for a while, and at least one stack of wood and metal that you find most commonly. That way you can at least always be sure that you can get some things. Some healing items and an Atlas shard or two. Or at least a stack of them. Whenever you die, you will drop a pouch on the ground, though, so you can go and recover your items, so long as that pouch doesn't fall into the void, which will kill you. You can see a bunch of other floating islands off in the distance, and we need to find a place to build a dock right now, because to be able to build anything, you need a dock. Now, you will spend a little bit of time acquiring some knowledge by scanning things, and you can scan anything. Not everything prevents you, or not everything gives you knowledge, and some things you will have already acquired knowledge from. However, scanning certain items will, if I can find one, give you some knowledge. Sometimes only 1 or 2 points, sometimes upwards of 25 to 30. There you go. This little thing gave me 1 knowledge. Knowledge is spent to buy these blueprints. This is your skill tree, I suppose. You can use knowledge that you've acquired to unlock different blueprints. Now, unlocking engines is my current goal, so I would like to get that up a little bit higher before I do it. Which means for right now, we're probably just going to be sticking with sails. These little towers here provide you, in the starting zone, 25 knowledge each. So they're definitely what you want to be looking for. However, I've already acquired knowledge from this one. Yep. Master grappling hook work here. So, first thing you're going to want to do, once you have some resources acquired, is build yourself some bullets, ideally. But you're going to want to build yourself a shipyard. Now, shipyards are extremely important and kind of expensive. You can see that it requires 100 of a material for the casing, 30 for the docking mechanism, and 30 for the skyship generator. Now, these little icons are what telling you what it requires. In this case, it requires metal. Now, the icon may look like lead, but it's not. It's just any metal you want. Generally, I tend to make things that are going to be stuck on the ground out of lead, because as you can see by the tooltip here, while it has a quality, it also has a durability and weight. So lead, durable and strong, but too heavy for many uses. You don't need a lead zeppelin. Once you've put your resources in there, you can click craft and it will provide you with 1 shipyard. Move this down to your hotbar, and now you can place it. And here we go. It's nice that it gives you this little overlay here. I'm just going to stick this right here. Bam. Shipyard complete. Now this is how we're going to actually start building things. However, before we do this, we're going to need an assembly station. Again, I'm going to build this out of lead, simply because I don't ever build ship parts out of lead. And sorry if I seem a bit tired today. I really wanted to get this stuff recorded for the live stream on Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and just drop this right here. Booyah. This is where you build everything. Let's go ahead and register with this. You just walk up to it, click E, and here you are. So, we'll get to that in just a moment. Here is where you build everything that you have. So you have decorations, basics, things like your helms, personal respawners, sails, your sky core. This has to be on your ship. This is the single most important piece. If this is destroyed, your ship falls out of the sky. The sky core also determines the available weight for your ship, and you can get upgrades later. As you can see, every single piece of equipment here requires different resources. This one can be either all metal or it can have a wood casing. Sails need a wood mast. Structure, deck. You can have a deck that is metal or wood. Same with these panels. Same with these storage options. And whatever they have will affect their resistance. And in other areas, I don't think I have anything right now that it will matter with. But say you're building engines and wings, they'll affect how actually useful they are. So, keep an eye on what you've got here. For example, copper. Great conductor, but otherwise unexceptional. Iron. Reasonably tough and heat resistant given its modest weight. Things like that. And all of the wood have these as well. This was kind of a great item, or island for me. I managed to find some good high quality wood. However, Just because this iron is quality 4 does not mean all iron is quality 4. You will find different resources of the same type with different qualities. Should that happen, do not combine them in a stack. If you do, it will reduce all of that stack to the lowest quality. Now, that's a good way to save weight, but you could potentially be giving up higher quality materials that way. Welcome to the Ship Designer. Here we're going to just show you really quick how to design a ship. If you click on any of your ship schematics here, you can click Edit, and this will allow you to edit what they look like. I've already designed a ship, and this is the one we're going to be building. However, I have a few caveats with this. For one, especially when it's this foggy, bright weather, it is so hard to see what I'm doing. Like, I mean, if I click, say, here, I have a hard time picking out these little nodes. Like, there's too much overlap here. Now, they have said that this is still very much a work in progress, so I'm looking forward to this improving drastically. Because this is how you design the frame of your ship, and it is, frankly, amazing how much control you have over this. Just truly incredible. You can design whatever you want. Like, that ship in the background there was designed as the frame. And that's what you're putting together, the frame. The ship will also come with the decks, but it will not come with any side paneling. And this is just truly incredible that this type of an online physics-based game has this amount of customization. When I saw this, I had to be part of this game. I just had to be. Now that we have the ship designed, you can see that we give it a name, and I gave it the name the Sahara, and it will cost resources. I would like the decks made out of wood for this particular example, but we're going to need some metal beams, and you need 366 metal. Luckily, I have that already. So I could build this out of lead, but I really don't want to do that. I could build this out of iron, which, not a bad option, or I could build it out of bronze. And if we go ahead and just select this here, you can see it comes out to a weight already, 153.72 kilograms. If I instead make this be iron, gotta remove that, you can see it's 139. So, building this out of iron is actually the better option. So we're going to do that. There's iron. Now how about the decks? We have a bunch of different wood options here. It requires 210, so we have 4 options. 4 options. We can do it out of elm, and right now, all I'm caring about is weight. Whenever you start building more important and bigger ships, you're going to want to consider quality and durability a lot more. But for right now, elm. Elm brings us up to 197. Hemlock brings us up to 185. So currently Hemlock is in the lead. Oak, 210. So no to Oak. And then 206 with Birch. So it looks like we're building this out of Hemlock. It's not surprising seeing as how it's a quality 7 very light wood. So that's great. However, like it says, tough and very light, but tough enough to be used in certain scenarios. This is not a strong wood. It makes it sound like it's surprisingly strong. It's not. It's quite crap, honestly. Now, real quick, before we actually click craft here, I'd like to show you something. Just another piece of amazement that this game has for me. You can get a 3D image of what your ship is going to look like floating above you right here. I've narrowed the nose a bit on this. I think I'm going to go ahead and widen that some. It's got a weird bit of pointing right there that I'd kind of like to remove. Seeing the ship like this makes it easier to tell what's wrong with it. There we go. Much happier with that. My ship is a little blocky for right now, but that's okay. It's the starter ship. Now that we're good to go, let's do what we were doing. Drop in some iron, drop in some hemlock. Our ship's going to be 185.28 kilograms by default. And let's craft it. You're going to see it's going to take 1 minute and 2 seconds to craft. Fun part of this, you can back up and watch it happen. You'll notice that it just put a big old bubble around this. This bubble you can actually hook onto, and it's used to help you actually build your ship. You have to be able to get up to it. Anytime you dock as well, it'll put one of these bubbles, and anyone can use this bubble. Any flat horizontal surface will automatically get a deck installed. You can see them kind of materializing there. However, if you don't want that, you can remove them. I have kind of a skinny bow, and I'm not super happy with that. I'm sorry, not skinny. I have kind of a wide bow right there. That's okay. This will work just fine. And here is our first airship. So how about we actually make it work? To start, let's go ahead and get the essentials. First thing you're going to need is the sky core. So of course you need an atlas shard. And now you need some metal. So 140. Again, weight is a big thing to me. So let's see what we've got here. Tin is lightweight but weak. Now I am going to keep resilience a little bit in check here. As you can see, building it all out of tin makes it 34. I'm just going to round up 35 kilograms here with a resilience of 75. Building that bit out of tin, at least. I don't have enough tin for all of it, unfortunately. Let's go here. 34. Let's say 34 at 75. If we do iron, though, still 75, but 21. Don't have enough iron to do all of it. So what about bronze? Bronze gives us 42. Still just 75. Now you're going to notice this won't really change for these metals, simply because it's not a lot of metal, and because I'm not running into super high quality things. That's the downside of this starting area. Now then, as the Atlas core is a very important piece, we're going to go ahead and build this out of bronze. It'll bring it to 60.6. However, medium weight and withstand a lot of stress. This part I did out of nickel, just because I had just enough nickel for it, and it'll work out just fine. Let's go ahead and craft this. It, of course, has a crafting time as well, and you can see it materialize right here. This is where you need to switch to your lift module. As this comes clanking down. Grab it, and you can now manipulate it however you want. We're going to stick this on the underside. Well, I guess I could put it back here if I really wanted. No, I don't want it to be that exposed. You're going to have to pardon my awful, awful grappling hook skills. We're going to put this center mass right here. Oh yeah. And there's the sky core. This ship now technically can fly. However, we don't have any way to control it. Let's give it a little bit of a control surface. Don't need any decorations. Let's go basics. How about a helm? I'm going to stick with a basic helm here. What I make this of doesn't really matter at this point in time. So let's just throw in some copper. Yeah, copper flight stick, copper internals. And I could make it out of metal, but I think we're just going to make it out of wood instead. How about some cedar? There we go. Craft it. Even while it's being constructed, you can go ahead and grab it and start figuring out where you want to put it. For me, I want to put this right here. I gave myself a little bit of a protective lip here, which is a trick that someone showed me, which I will show off to all of you when the time comes. Are we going to put the center mass, or do I want it off to the side? Part of me likes having it off to the side. Okay, I think just for this ship, I'm going to put it off to the side. Where'd it go? Why would it do that? Where did it... Did it fall off the cliff? My steering wheel fell off the cliff, so let's build another one really quick. And just for the sake of safety... No, 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 no. Ugh. My other one down there? My other one very well may be down there somewhere. Oh well. Now that we have this one, and it's just shambles, let's hop up here. No. I'm so bad at this. How am I so bad at this? No, 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 no. Got it. And we're going to put this where I wanted to originally. There we go. We now have a way to control the ship, and it could move. We could hop on this and it would start flying. However, we could go up and down pretty well. We could rotate kind of slowly. We don't really have a way to go forward. So, mirroring what that ship is doing, we need a mast. However, where do I want to put that? I've not really given myself a great spot for it right now, which is a bummer. So we might get a little bit of clipping whenever I make it. Or I could just stick it right here on the front. I unfortunately did not think about where I put this crafting station, so it meant that I couldn't craft super tall things like sails because my ship was in the way. So now, let's try that again, shall we? Basics. Sail. Sail. And we're going to craft this out of elm. Craft it. There we go. I'm thinking for now we're just going to stick this right here. Yeah, there's a little bit of clearance there. It will clip right through your ship and doesn't actually need any clearance, but I like to have it just in case. And we are just going to have the one sail, which means we are going to be agonizingly slow for a little while, but this will serve its purpose. This ship is now flyable. I could hop on that and fly right now. However, I'm going to do a little bit of work on this ship, get it a respawn point and some storage, maybe make a way to get down to the lower deck, give it some plates on the side, and I will come back later. So thank you for watching. I hope you stick around for the rest of this little mini-series we're going to be doing, and join me for the live streams over on twitch.tv/thearchitectgaming. I'll catch you later. Real quick, I wanted to show off how the panels actually attach. If you look at them, you can see they kind of conform to the shape of your ship, so you don't have to worry about the fact that the panels are flat. You can see they try to twist and make themselves fit on your ship. Useful information.